Jalen Hurts playing with a bone bruise on his knee that significantly hinders his mobility. The Eagles are a shotgun running team. It's hard to run from the shotgun when your quarterback isn't a factor in the running game. We'd see that play out on Sundays. The Eagles only carried the ball 18 times for 53 yards from their running backs. How would Jalen Hurts do against a defense that was stopping the run so easily? Would he be able to outduel the great Sam Howell? Let's go to the tape. Something that I love is the Eagles in empty. I like it even more when you motion out to empty. Notice the linebacker following DeAndre Swift out to the boundary. This is really important. This tells us before the snap, this is going to be man-to-man coverage. If it's zone coverage, you wouldn't send a linebacker out there to a place that he's not going to be familiar with. So this is man-to-man coverage. They're going to run DeAndre Swift on this go route. Now, that's not the throw here. They are going to throw it later, and it's going to miss. It's missed a few times this year. It's going to hit one of these times. You're going to get Dallas Goedert here on an outbreaking route, and you get Devonta Smith is supposed to run interference here. It's a rub route to get Goddard open on third down. I love the play call. Everything in the execution is just a little bit off. You're going to see Devonta Smith, maybe he doesn't do the best job of screening this guy off. You can use your basketball technique. Turn and open up, sit down like you're looking for the ball here, create a little more contact. But that said, there's still room here for this ball to come out. The ball's going to be a little behind. It's still in Goddard's hands, and he doesn't bring it in. So a little bit of everything for everybody there. Goddard should have caught this. Hurts could have put it more in front. Devonta Smith could have run just a little more interference. And, it's a game of inches. And on third down, you're not able to pick up the first down, and you have to punt it away. You go 3 and out on your first drive. Never a great place to start. But now let's go to the next drive. Now here we're going to see Jalen Hurts' mobility, as limited as it is with the bone bruise, but he still does a good job navigating the pocket. You might have heard the joke about Patrick Mahomes' 40 time is like 0.1 seconds faster than whoever's chasing him, and that's kind of what I felt like here, is Hurts is just barely able to get the edge and get to the marker, but it's a good job by Hurts. I mean, when you got to go make a play, there wasn't a lot of scrambling in this game, but he's able to step up, get through the B gap there, and able to roll out and just do enough to get to the marker and move the chains. Now we have the Eagles in empty again, and they're going to run a bubble screen, but I love this. They're going to put Dallas Goedert on this speed out motion that like the Dolphins run so much, just to get him moving. And then at the snap, he's going to come back in, but he's already moving. Remember, he's got this speed built up, and then they're going to get Devonta Smith running the little bubble behind him. Watch Dallas Goedert seal off the edge here. Watch Olamide Zaccheaus' block. This is really well blocked up. Really cool screen design here by the Eagles. Love to see it. Just that synchronized motion there. That's pretty. I would like to see some more of that, please. Get it from the back angle here. And again, I just think that's so cool. You get Goddard, boom, 2 steps, and now Devonta Smith's following him. Seal off that edge, and you give him a lane to run and move the sticks. Now this time we're going to get the Eagles running 4 verticals. Everybody's favorite Madden play. Why is it our favorite Madden play? Because it beats every coverage. If you're running a single field, if you rotate this down into cover 3, you get these seam routes, and one of the seam routes is going to be open, whichever one the safety doesn't take. That's not going to be the case here. Both safeties are going to stay deep. It's middle of field open coverage. That means you've got options to hit these hole shots, or what the Eagles are going to do is just take this little check down. And so we roll this play. I love that this is an element in the passing game for the Eagles this year. Watch the cushion with which the corners are playing. It tells us this is probably quarters. This isn't cover 2, right? You're staying on top of this. It's not going to be open. Like, could you try to just rocket this ball in here on one of these? You could, but why? Just throw it to your running back. He's wide open right here. He's got 5 yards of space because your linebackers are gaining depth. And that's what you do. We can talk about how much the Eagles run or don't run. This is pretty much an extension of your running game. It's a 2-yard pass that gets your back the ball in the open field. That's what you want on a run play. Your back in open field, turn, make a guy miss, or just fall forward, and you get 6-7 yards on a play there. This is a nice, easy completion. I don't mind that the Eagles aren't running as much because things like this are working and distributing the ball to your running backs. So good job by Hurts there to take that check down. Eagles are going to run a nice little RPO here, run pass option. Our first option is to hand the ball to the running back. we are keying on this safety. He's going to be coming down. If he steps down hard to the run, then we're just going to throw the ball over him to our second option, which is A.J. Brown on this deep slant route. That's exactly what's going to happen. The safety comes flying down out of the box. Washington really wanted to take away the Eagles' running game. Look at the void here in the middle of the field. You don't get an easier catch than that. Nice little throw there. Moves the chains for the Eagles. From the back view, you can see it here. 31 is going to come. Cam Curl's going to come flying downhill. Hurts just pulls it, sets the feet. Boom. Ball's on A.J. Brown. Moves the sticks. Man, this one's frustrating on third down. You've got a blitz on. The Eagles read this blitz. This cornerback, notice how he's not really aligned on the slot receiver, and he's capped. We've got a safety over the top of him walking up. We think this corner is coming on the blitz. We think he's stepping down to cover Devonta Smith. This gives us a numbers advantage. And so the idea here is that Devonta Smith is going to come kick out number 29. We're going to run a little tunnel screen. We're going to let the nickel go. Dallas Goedert can get to the second level. We're going to get guys pulling out. We've got a 2-on-2 advantage. If we can block with our tight end and our receiver, a cornerback and a safety, all of a sudden we have DeAndre Swift running in open space behind Jordan Mailata for anybody trying to come across the field. And the look is there. It's a perfect play call. And Devonta Smith misses this block. Now, Devonta Smith is not the best run blocker. Let's be clear. He's 166 pounds, okay? I would probably put A.J. Brown or put Olamide Zaccheaus over here. But you got to have better technique than that. If you can just wall this off, look at the space. You've got for DeAndre Swift to run. You've got Jordan Mailata is going to come just obliterate the safety in open space. And instead it goes nowhere, and the Eagles have to settle for a field goal. Heard a lot of complaining about play calls. I've heard complaining about that particular screen. That was a great play call. Just doesn't work out this time. And now let's go to, this was a concept of the week. I talked about it last week. This is crash. We got the in route and a corner route. Now last week, the Eagles smashed this route over and over and over to A.J. Brown on the in route. This time A.J. Brown is inside. He's running the corner route, and Hurts is going to drop this ball over the top to him. This is cover one. He threatens inside, right? He's walled off, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get by. He's able to break this outside. There's all kinds of room to throw that. Big chunk play there for the Eagles. Running again, crash, a concept that they just love, 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 love. See it from the back angle here. Hurts knows where he's going from the snap. Gets the matchup he likes. Rips off a chunk plane. You love to see it. This is going to be a little slant, flat RPO. The Eagles are going to run Dallas Goedert on the flat route, A.J. Brown on the slant route. And so that leaves us with 5 guys to block. And so we're going to option this defender. This is our key guy. Now there's 5 guys for the offensive line to block. We're reading the defensive end. If he crashes down, we're going to pull it. We're going to throw the ball to the flat to Dallas Goedert. And that's exactly what's going to happen. What happens if he doesn't come down? Well, if Hurts isn't, if he does crash, you're going to throw the ball. Hurts' mobility is not going to really be able to get to the edge, but that's okay. You can still run these concepts. And so we see he is going to come down on this. Hurts is pointing it out. A.J. Brown adjusts in a little bit. Right here, he steps in. You got an unblocked guy with a shot at your running back, so you're just going to throw this little flat route. Number 25, I think that is, has to respect this corner route. He can't come flying down too hard yet, and Goddard's going to catch it. Stiff arm, breaks the tackle, gets to the marker, and moves the chain. Little slant flat RPO. We haven't seen that a lot this year. It's something we saw all the time last year, and the Eagles executed it really well. Nice to see that back in the arsenal for the offense. I'm honestly not sure what this play is supposed to be. It almost looks like they're trying to set up a screen here, and A.J. Brown acts like he's going to block, but they don't throw it, and then A.J. Brown ends up running a crossing route. It feels like it was probably a busted play, but this is what you like about Jalen Hurts. He's going to stay calm under pressure, and he makes something out of nothing. It's like, I don't know, it feels like if that was a screen, you throw that. They're not crashing down, so there's routes on the other side. I don't know if it's a fake screen. It wasn't really set up for like a, you ran the tight end fake screen vertical route, but there's no route like that here, so I don't really know, but Hurts is going to buy time, and he's going to find A.J. Brown coming across the field here. This is a good throw on his run. Moving to your left is a hard throw for a right-handed quarterback to make. He's able to flip those hips, get him parallel to A.J. Brown, Scary moment as A.J. Brown stays down for a second, but he was okay. So here, I don't know what it is. Hurts doesn't like it. Able to get out of the pocket. Boom, gets those hips squared to A.J. Brown, puts the ball downfield and moves the chains. Even when the play you drew up, it just didn't work for whatever reason. Hurts and Brown able to make a positive play. This time the Eagles are going to run another little RPO. They're going to have the run option here with Jason Kelce pulling through the B gap. You got Dallas Goedert on a little in-breaker, Devonta Smith on a little in-breaker. Hurts is going to pull this, and you'd have a chance to make this throw, but watch Sua Opeta, number 78 here. He gets blown off the line here, and Hurts is able to evade this. It is counted as a sack, like a half-yard sack, but just instant pressure, able to sidestep, hangs onto the ball, gets back near the line for like a 1-yard loss instead of 6 or 7. But you can see on the back view, Opeta just gets boat raced here. Barely gets hands on him. That would have been fine if it was a run play and Hurts kept the ball. Just a bad rep there from the offensive line. Hurts fortunately able to hang on to the football and get back a little bit of that yardage without taking a big hit. It's halftime here on the channel. If you're enjoying this video, be sure you click the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Eagles passing game review comes out every week on Tuesday or Wednesday. There's also podcasts on there. Birds of the Roundtable, a roundtable podcast with other Philly sports co-hosts. You can find my whole NFL podcast, Chalk Talk, on there. Lots of stuff. Be sure you go check it out. Now let's get back to the video. 3rd and long here for the Eagles. They go into a bunch set. Washington used bunch sets a lot against the Eagles, but we're not here to talk about the defense. Washington responds with quarters coverage. Now, in quarters coverage, this safety is responsible for the number 3 receiver if he goes vertical, which is fine. That probably shouldn't be your play call on 3rd and long if it means isolating A.J. Brown one-on-one with a corner, because A.J. Brown's just going to run a deep comeback route. And it's so obvious at the snap that this is quarters coverage because he turns his hips. He's just staring down the number 3 receiver. There's no help over the top. I mean, for all intents and purposes, if this is the coverage you're going to play, you might as well cover 0 blitz. At least maybe you'll get to Hurts before this route has time to develop. Bad play call here, in my opinion, by Jack Del Rio. And Hurts is going to take this all day. Just boom, balls out to A.J. Brown. That's an easy 3rd and long conversion. It shouldn't be that easy. Emmanuel Forbes is going to have nightmares about A.J. Brown. Little scary moment here at the top of this drop. Hurts kind of knee buckles. Not sure what that's about. Hopefully just poor footing and not the knee giving out. But he's able to recover off of that and throws a strike to A.J. Brown to move the chains. The Eagles are in empty again. Washington's in a cover 2 defense. We got 2 deep safeties. We're in zone coverage across the board. Dallas Goedert is going to sort of run a vertical route, be collisioned by this linebacker. DeAndre Swift just occupies the flat route. And what we're really looking at here is Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith is going to run a comeback route. It's a curl route. It's not a comeback route. But he does a really good job at the top of the route stem. He gets physical with the corner. Really close to a push-off. Probably not going to get called. Then he does a really good job of coming back to the ball. So watch Devonta Smith here. Challenges the guy. Boom. Hands on. Back. Works back to the ball. And then breaks a tackle to make sure he gets the first down. You like seeing him be physical at the top of the route stem. You especially like him coming back to the ball. It doesn't give time. Decrease the time the ball's in the air. Don't get it picked off. Don't give a defender a chance to go make a play. That's a really good rep there by Devonta Smith to move the chains. This is another cover 2 rep by Washington. For my money, the Mike linebacker plays this wrong. Generally, in cover 2, he should be opening his hips to the passing strength. We've got 3 receiving options on this side of the formation. This is the passing strength. We've only got 2 on this side. He's going to open his hips up to the weak side. So let's just watch that first snap of the ball. He opens up his hips to the top of the screen. Now, it might make sense if this was A.J. Brown in the slot and you're really concerned about him, but that's Olamide Zaccheaus. So I'm not sure what we're doing there, but this is going to open up a window for Devonta Smith to run this dig route and sit down and be open. This is the spot that this linebacker should be dropping into. He's not now. He's got to flip his hips as Hurts is letting go of the ball. Throws it behind Devonta Smith there. Throws him away from contact. It's a really good spot. Really good catch by Smith to, again, move the change. You can watch it from the back angle here as he takes his drop. You have this. Hurts immediately looks the looks at Devonta Smith, and he just waits and delivers it. Last week in the red zone, the Eagles have a touchdown pass where they sort of use a bunch. It's not really a bunch because you've got DeAndre Swift out of the backfield, and he runs the choice route where he can break in, he can break out, he can just sit down, right? And you're clearing it out with a vertical route and a shallow cross. The Eagles are going to do the same thing right here, except this time, Washington's in a single high safety, and this safety, his eyes are towards the passing strength. What does that mean? That means A.J. Brown one-on-one, and Jalen Hurts is going to take that every day of the week, especially on Sunday. Watch at the snap of the ball, immediately looks up there, puts the ball on the pylon. A.J. Brown makes one of the best catches that you'll see this football season, the one-hander for the touchdown. Watch it from the back view. Immediately takes the snap, boom, looks left. He knows where we're going with this. It's a good pass. That is a beautiful catch. Both knees down in bounds. Incredible stuff. Incredible performance from A.J. Brown. Now, when I started to watch this play, I had to make sure I didn't accidentally put it in the feed twice because deja vu, it looks the exact same. 4 verticals against cover 2, right? Or against 2 high safeties, I should say. And we're just going to take this little check down route to the running back as the linebackers bail out, right? It's going to be linebacker bailing out. It's a 4-man rush. Throw this ball right here. Look at all of the space here. Now, they did rotate coverages a little bit, but look at all of this space. You give the ball to Kenny Gainwell right here, and then he's going to have a pretty good run after the tackle. Makes a guy miss right there. Makes 2 miss, I guess. Gets a big gain. Again, not handing the ball off a lot. That's fine. When you can get your running backs involved in this way, it's more efficient than a run anyways, especially on a day like today. Nobody there for Gainwell to help with. Goes and gets 20 yards on the ground. You love to see it. Like I said earlier in the video, the only thing I like more than empty is motioning to empty. We're going to get Kenny Gainwell motioning towards the bottom of the screen here. And so we'll roll this. You get the motion. Linebacker follows him. Just kidding. Let's motion the other way. Now, what do we know right now? You guys watch this video, you know this is man coverage. How do we know? Again, a linebacker followed Gainwell to the bottom. Linebacker followed him to the top. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us it's man coverage. We've got a safety in the middle of the field. We've got a linebacker who's either going to blitz, so it'd be 5-on-5 here, or he's just going to be a hole defender, which is what he's going to be. That tells us we got A.J. Brown one-on-one. You know what Jalen Hurts loves to do when A.J. Brown is one-on-one? Throw him the football. This one could have been a touchdown if it's a little further in front, perhaps. It's going to draw a flag and gets the Eagles down to goal to go. Again, I just love manipulating the defense with motion, especially out to empty. It gives you so much information before the snap. Hurts knows exactly where he's going to go with that ball. AJ can't bring it in, but you get to 1st and goal anyways. This one will be a bit of a busted play because Lane Johnson gets beat on the inside by the edge rusher here pretty immediately, and Jalen Hurts is just going to have to scramble with this one. But again, for most quarterbacks, this is going to be an 8-yard loss for Jalen Hurts. Even on the gimpy knee, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, I'd like to see him just throw it away there while he's banged up, not take that hit to slide down for no gain versus throwing it away for no gain. We're nitpicking, though. Normally, Hurts can go make a play there. On the bum knee, just can't quite do it. Gets run down from behind. But again, 8-yard loss versus 0-yard loss. We'll take the 0-yard loss. Now, this is the 4th and 4 play. We're going to get A.J. Brown motioning across the formation, and they're going to run crash to the top. We get the corner route from Goddard. We get the in route from A.J. Brown. Neither one is really there. We've got sort of a crossing route and a vertical route on the backside. You're not really anticipating getting to the backside on 4th and 4. You're going to have to get this ball out quick if it's going to work. Just not there. It's pretty good coverage. They've got a linebacker dropping. I mean, if this linebacker is not here, Hurts is making that throw, but I just don't think that's a window you can squeeze this ball into. And so Hurts is going to extend the play. He's got Gainwell leaking out to the flat. You got pressure coming everywhere. Hurts is able to keep his cool, staring down the barrel, makes a good throw to Devonta Smith. And we're going to say he catches it because Ron Rivera doesn't throw the challenge flag. Thought this was a good job by Hurts. Again, you're on the bum knee here. Staying in the pocket, boom, looking down the barrel, taking the shot, putting the ball out there, and giving your guy a chance to make a play. to move the chains on 4th down. That's a huge high leverage play there for the offense. This is going to be A.J. Brown's second touchdown catch. Again, we're going to get like a 4 verticals look. Goddard's going to try to break this inside. You're going to try to kind of stress these safeties out by bending these routes inside. This safety is the guy we're watching. He doesn't bite at all. He's watching A.J. Brown all the way. But you know what sometimes Jalen Hurts likes to do when A.J. Brown is 2-on-1? He likes to put that ball up there anyways and trust his guy to go make a play. Throws it to the back shoulder. A.J. Brown catches it. I love that reaction there from Emmanuel Forbes. Like, seriously? Why are they putting me on this guy again? I obviously can't do it. A.J. Brown beasts through for a touchdown. His second touchdown of the day. Just great stuff there. A.J. Brown is playing at an absolute elite level. You see Jalen Hurts takes a hit there as he delivers this, and he's still able to put a good ball out there. Watch it again here. Coming off the block, boom, takes a shot to the lower body. Puts the ball on A.J. Brown anyways and lets his guy go make a play. Emmanuel Forbes can't even believe it. This one's a beautiful play design against cover 2. Watch the Mike linebacker here. We spoke about the direction his hip should open up earlier. Let's just first watch. He's going to open up to the strong side, which is what he should be doing. It's the way this is coached. So at the snap, boom. He opens up his hips this way. Now, Dallas Goedert is going to run like a sit route. And this is to occupy this defender. We want to occupy him. Don't let him go anywhere. Our Mike linebacker is facing this way. A.J. Brown just runs the dig route right behind it all. This is excellent stuff. Great design here. Throws it behind him to settle him down a little bit. Keeps him away from contact. And that's the play where A.J. Brown sets the record. 6 straight games of 125-plus yards receiving. Doing the dirty work. Not just the touchdowns. Doing the over middle of the field stuff. Pulling the whole pile with him. You love to see it. A.J. Brown playing at such a high level right now. Here we get the Devonta Smith touchdown. This looks like a miscommunication in cover 3 for Washington. We've got a middle of field safety. Either this corner messes up and he should be getting depth, or there's some kind of match coverage rules that allow him to man up, and this should also be manned up, carried if he goes vertical. I don't know which one it is, but what I do know is that you don't get more open than Devonta Smith does here. We talk about being NFL open. This is Pop Warner open. It doesn't get any easier than that. Coverage bust from the Commanders' secondary leads to an easy touchdown for Devonta Smith. Here it is from the back view. You can just see, like, Hurts' eyes got to light up right here. He scans to the backside. There's pressure in his face. Like, how is Devonta Smith there? I don't know. Just throw it. Easy pitch and catch there. Now we get to the Julio Jones touchdown. This is also an RPO. We've got the option to hand this off to the running back. We're reading this safety. Because behind this safety, we've got A.J. Brown sort of running. It's not really a post route. He's going to break inside a little bit. It's not a hard break. But we want to throw A.J. Brown here if the safety comes forward. And if the safety doesn't come forward, we're just going to hand it off. Now watch, the safety bites down hard, and we just put that ball over the top to A.J. Brown. So he's coming down. Boom, we pull it. Ball's out. That's a beautiful throw. And that's a hard catch there. A.J. Brown. Julio Jones makes the catch, takes a headshot. They threw a flag and picked it up, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why. That's about as illegal of a hit as you can have in the NFL. But watch the placement here. He can't throw that ball out here. He can't throw the ball out in front because there's a safety coming. He's got to throw it behind him, trying to protect him from contact. We've talked about that placement before. Maybe puts it a little far behind him where the defender has a chance to get a hand on it, but strong hands by Julio Jones. Gets it. Takes one off the head. That should be a flag. There's no question that should have been a flag, but Julio Jones hangs on there, and the Eagles put up another touchdown. Jalen Hurts ended the day with a completion percentage over expectation of positive 17.4%. Now, some of that can go to A.J. Brown's ridiculous one-handed catches and things, but Jalen Hurts had a very good day. In fact, I would say this is one of the best passing performances of his career. He had a dropback EPA of 0.72. That means every time the Eagles dropped him back to pass, it was essentially worth 3/4 of a point. That is by far the best mark of his career. For point of reference, 0.25 is a good day in the office. Patrick Mahomes won the MVP last year at 0.35. Hurts played outstanding on Sunday. When the run game wasn't a factor, when his mobility was gone, Hurts stood in the pocket and he dissected a Washington defense to the tune of 38 points. It could have been more if not for red zone fumbles. Hopefully Hurts can keep that hot streak going next week against the Dallas Cowboys.